I also managed to get Sophie's email, and I contacted her and was like, we're doing this thing, you should come. Like, we'd never met before. And she came, and I don't know, it was just amazing. She like brought this little suitcase with like flowers and a candle and her the little box that she makes all of her sounds on. She just set up in this like old office. I spent every day that I was in that house, in that room, just making music with Sophie. I like didn't really see anyone else. I was just in there the whole time. And that's where we made that whole EP. We made, yeah, Vroom Vroom, Trophy, Secret and Paradise, all there. It was like, I'd never heard music like that before. Like, I'd never heard production like that, and I'd never made music myself that made me want to dance so much and want to party so much. So I knew that the relationship was really, really special, and it was one of those things where like, it was definitely like really collaborative, but at the same time, I just like loved every single thing Sophie did. Like, I didn't have any, oh, it should be more like this, or you should change. I was just like, that's great, that's great, that's great. It was so incredible.
So we're going to do a song now, and I'm so proud to do it with my awesome collaborator, such an amazing person, Charli XCX.
I was just a fan of Sophie's work. With Sophie, I guess we just kind of clicked. I invited him to come to this writing camp that I organised in Sweden, and he came down, like that was in January 2015, and since then we've worked together and we've worked on the record, and we've done like a load of sessions together with people like Stargate to will.i.am to like, I don't know, it's been cool. Like he just pushes me, you know. He's so particular with everything that he does, and the way that he creates sounds is more than just creating sounds for an MP3, you know. He's so 3D with the sounds that he creates, and that's really amazing to work with. Immaterial by Sophie. Sophie's production on this song, on all her songs, is just hard and aggressive, but also sweet. It just feels like the club. This production is the club. It's like so hard and like banging, and there's a pitched up vocal. This song just makes me want to like get crazy.
Within like 5 minutes, like, oh, here's the MIDI keys chords, here's the sound, like, okay, done, like,
Exactly,
great. Like,
but that's like the way. That's the way. It's pretty amazing. That's the way we should be working. I think. You know, we don't sit down and ask Charli to play like the tambourine.
No.
Sophie.
Genius. Sophie is a genius, and I'm so happy that you mentioned her, because she's like, I think somebody who's really going to change the landscape of pop music over the next couple of years with the production that she does. I mean, it's so like aggressive and beautiful and extreme, and I feel like now we're moving into a space in music where there's like room for that, like not just in kind of like, you know, in like more like left sort of like underground world, but in like pop. Like I think pop artists are willing to kind of take a risk with stuff, and I know Sophie's been working with some really amazing like bigger people, and I just think Sophie's the future. Yeah.
Dream threesome, musical or romantic?
Musically, if I'm going like underground, I'm going for like me, Sophie, Kim Petras. I met Sophie and started working with her. That was really the first time I felt like, wow, like Sophie has all of the things I've been trying to find to put with my music, and it just clicked straight away. And same with AG, the way that we bounce off each other, it just feels really special, and it feels like no one could make the music that we make, and we couldn't make it without each other, and nobody could replicate it. So I think I did know something special was happening, and also it was just so fun. It just felt fun to do it, you know?
Do you remember the moment or the song you listened from them to say, okay, I want to work with them?
Well, my boyfriend sent me a SoundCloud link to Sophie's music. It was probably Lemonade, and I then just found Sophie's contact, I think her email, and was like, hey, I'm going to Sweden to write, do you want to come? And I didn't know that she would respond, but she did, and she was like, yeah, I'm coming. And then we made Vroom Vroom in outside of Stockholm together, and that was like the first like moment with her, for sure.
Turn it up loud, wild in the car with Sophie.
If your name is Sophie, if your name is AG, bounce, bounce.
Sophie is someone who I've collaborated with on the whole album. His stamp is across a lot of the other songs on the record, a lot more, which is really exciting. And you know, I wanted to make a whole album with him because he's kind of my dream producer. You know, Sophie has like a really, really pop ear, which I feel like not a lot of people know about him. You know, I think a lot of people see him as this kind of avant-garde, underground artist and producer, which he definitely is to an extent, but he's also someone who has like an immense knowledge of pop music and someone who can really write a top line. And you know, that's really amazing for him. I feel like he has all the potential to become one of like the biggest producers in the world, I think.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
I agree.
And one of the most kind of like groundbreaking, I would say, as well. So yeah, big Sophie champion. What's it like working with Sophie? I mean, she is incredible. She's amazing. She is one of my favourite people to work with just because I feel like her production and her sort of sound sphere is so unique, and I kind of feel like she's the future of pop music.